What up? I'm Jordy, I'm 16, and I'm gonna answer some Q&A questions. My dad's a loud human being. Anyway, hi, yes, I'm Jordy, if you don't know. I was asked some Q&A questions. I was supposed to do this video weeks ago, and I just didn't do it. So, at the bottom of the screen, probably here or here, I don't know, you're gonna see the username of whoever asked the question. And I'm just gonna ask them. Some of them I've already like pre-answered on here, just because I don't want to sit here for 3 hours going, anyway. I'm taking these off because there's a glare and I don't like it. Favorite and least favorite book and movie. So my favorite movie is Breakfast Club, is The Breakfast Club. My least favorite movie is Batman vs. Superman, because my friend Ethan and I went to go see it when it came out and I hated it because it was only Batman versus Superman for like 10 minutes of the entire movie, and no. Favorite book is The Darkest Minds, or the Darkest Minds series. If you haven't read it, please read it. I will recommend it until my dying day. My least favorite is Walden by Henry David Thoreau, which is the book I'm reading for school right now, and I hate it with everything in my being. Favorite book and why, and who is your favorite character from that book? Once again, my favorite book is the Darkest Minds series, and I have two favorite characters in like I almost said Fear of the Dark Mark. No, that's not what the book is called. In the Darkest Minds book itself, because that's what the first book is called, my favorite character is Zoo. And then in the second book in the series, there's a character ironically named Jude, and I love his character. So Zoo and Jude are my favorite characters from the whole series. If you could describe yourself by using 3 characters, who would they be? This took me forever to answer. Hermione from Harry Potter, because I love books and I love learning, and yeah. Stan Uris from It by Stephen King, because he's very much like pristine and like he doesn't like being messy or being dirty. And I was gonna say Eddie because I don't like I'm like terrified of germs, but I'm not a hypochondriac, so. And then Peter Pan from Peter Pan, because I don't like to grow up. What is your opinion on Julie Kramer? I hear she's quite the weirdo. Well, I personally love Julie Kramer. She did the makeup for Fear of the Dark Mark, if you didn't know. So well, makeup and hair for Fear of the Dark Mark. So, big shout out to her. I love her. What's been one of your favorite things to film? Out of like short films, which I've done, I'm working on my 3rd one now. All of them are so different. Like, you know, Walk a Moment was more serious, had a more serious tone to it, and I loved that it had a message. Fear of the Dark Mark I loved because it was Harry Potter, and the one I'm working on now I love because I really enjoy the like story like of it, and it's Christmas themed, so I really like that. But and I love Rings because it's Rings, and like I got to meet so many fantastic people and it was such a great experience, and I can't pick. That's basically my answer. I can't pick. Favorite quote. I looked this one up because I was afraid I was gonna mess it up, but it has been my favorite quote for a while now. And it's from Teen Wolf, the show. And so it's regression to the mean. No matter how bad things get or how good, it will always go back to the middle. Then I have a lot of questions from my friend Lude. Thanks, Lude, I appreciate it. So we're gonna go on a spree with these. How long have you been making films? Since I wrote my first film at 14. I'm 16 now, and the first like film was filmed when I was 15. How long have you been acting? Theater acting since 4th grade, film acting since 6th grade. Is there a movie genre that you would like to play a role in? Horror. What was the greatest thing you experienced this past summer? 2 words, filming Rings. Do you have a hidden talent? I can do a right split, that's pretty much it. What magical creature would you be? Definitely some sort of like wizard or warlock or witch or something like that. Which superpower would you like to have? Either flying or telekinesis, to be able to move things. Violet, haha. What is your Hogwarts house? Slytherin Pride. What's your district? To be honest, just my luck, I would probably be District 13, and I'm not gonna say like what happened to District 13, but like, yeah. I don't know, I haven't really like taken any like quizzes online to know, so I'm not really sure. Is it fun making YouTube videos? Yes. I do, of course, my daily vlogs, and I don't really do any other videos. Like I do videos like these, and I do ones for Rings, but like I don't do the challenge videos, I don't do things like that. I mean, if people wanted to start seeing challenge videos, maybe I could fit some in, but I keep myself so busy I forget how to breathe sometimes. What is your book about, and will there be a sequel? My book is about 3 characters, Knox, Sage, and Kyle. There is a government program that is coming around the United States and is like, hey, there's a virus, people are sick, and then they're taking people that are sick and are curing them in these facilities, but they're like these huge facilities. Well, the three main characters, one day at school, their school is being tested, and they're like, nah, we're not here for this. And so Sage's mother calls her and is like, hey, your father has a safe house in California, you need to get there, you need to stay off the radar, everything like that. So it's kind of their journey to getting from Minnesota to California without being caught, without being seen, and everything like that. And yes, there is going to be a sequel. I'm planning on writing chapter 10 of the sequel today, meaning I'm only a chapter or two away from the ending. Thoughts on Stranger Things Season 2? Noah Schnapp. Can I just say, and Finn Wolfhard, just the whole cast just is phenomenal. Yes. When making short films, is it easier to work with friends or people you know, or colleagues / people you don't know as well? That kind of depends. If I'm acting, people I don't know that well, because I get really shy in general, but if I'm with people who I don't necessarily know, I feel like I'll be less judged, or if I am judged, I won't know. If I'm working like directing, it kind of can go either way. Like I love working with people I know, but I love working with new people and then getting new connections and everything like that. That's how my casting database is growing. Do you ever have to do voiceovers for your films? If so, do you do them a lot or only when you need to? The only time we have ever had to do voiceovers or like ADR for a film, like if you can't hear the audio, was episode 2 of Rings, because our microphone screwed up and I was so mad, and Aiden was upset too, and we all had to do ADR for it, and it was not fun. But if you're talking about voiceovers, I generally don't write in like voiceovers that much, so I do them only when I have to, because ADR is not mine, no. Do you have rehearsals with actors and actresses? No, because I'm impatient, and I'm like, hey guys, I'm gonna put out the casting call on December 3rd, and then auditions are due on December 11th, and then we're filming on December 17th. We don't have time for rehearsals. If you were given the chance to make a book-to-movie adaptation, which book or series would it be? I would say The Darkest Minds, but they are actually making that into a movie. They're making the first book into a movie, so I can't say that. It's called Altered, and it's by Jennifer Rush. And it's a series, but I like the first book the most. So that's another book I recommend, so that is a book I would turn into a movie. I've been trying to get featured roles and stuff for years, but so far it's mostly just been extra work. How would you say I can get to where you are and maybe even keep building myself from there? First of all, any of the roles I've gotten are not in big major motion pictures. They're not in big TV shows. They're not in anything like that. So I wanted to clarify that. Anything that I've done like with a major motion picture, anything like that, I've been a background extra, which is fantastic. I love being an extra. Getting to quote unquote where I am, I'm not very far at all. Like I am still here on the 100-foot totem pole. My thing is try to find places that are doing student films, or ones that are doing indie films. Those are basically what I do. And those will be a great way for you to build your resume. So then when you audition for something a little bit bigger, or even more, you have more things on your resume. Also, taking classes is a fantastic idea. It's also something that really helps build your resume. I took classes at Creative Studios of Atlanta about 3 years ago, and I hate to say it, but I have not taken classes since, so I have a lot to learn. But yeah, definitely take classes and audition for anything you can, but be careful. Don't audition for stuff that you think may be sketchy. Like, your safety is always coming before, I shouldn't say your career, but your career. So if you feel something sketchy, don't just pass it by. Don't go for it. Keep building yourself from there, keep taking classes, learn all you can. Take all opportunities that come your way, even if you are another extra. That's a great way for you to make more connections. Make connections, take classes if you can, and build your resume. If you could choose, would you be a Greek or Roman god? Greek, 100%, because the Roman gods are a little bit too intense for me. What got you into filmmaking? Really wanting to tell stories? Wanting to tell stories and not really having another way to let it out. My passion is writing, and in order to get those stories out though, it's filmmaking as well. So really just wanting to get out stories that I feel should be heard or that I want to be heard. Last but most certainly not least, how old were you when you found your love to create movies and books? Alright, so when I was younger, like when I was 6, 7, things like that. When my friends would come over, sometimes I'd be like, hey, let's make a funny video. Like, let's bring out our like the camera and let's just do something really funny. So my friend Hannah and I, who we've been friends literally since I was born because she's older than I am. We made this little thing, it's called The Something Show. And we must have been like 7 or 8 and we're making this show called The Something Show. It makes no sense. There's no purpose to it. We were just doing random little improv skits that we didn't even know were improv at the time. We just didn't have anything planned. Other friends would come over. I remember there was one time I was like, hey, let's do like a mock thing of iCarly, if you guys remember that TV show. There were videos of me in my room. I would be like on my bed and I would like blare music out loud and I was like dancing around my room and filming myself while I was doing it. So like 5, 6 years old. Writing kind of came in. I mean, I've always loved writing, but really like 14 is when I was like, hey, because that's when the feature film I wrote cracked. And I was like, hey, let's do this. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's all the questions I have. This video is 14 minutes long. I hope I can edit this down. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more Q&As or any other type of video, let me know because I do love doing this. And I'm an open book. You can pretty much ask me like any question and I'll answer it. Let me know. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. All my social media is in the description. I'm gonna set my phone down. I love you all.